Hey guys, Chris from Adapt Tuition here, and in this video, I'm going to show you the solution for question 5 from the May 2010 PoA Paper 2. If you want to see the solutions for the other questions on this paper, I'm going to put a card up there and a link in the description below, so be sure to check those out as well. And with that said, let's get into the question. Okay, so we have a manufacturing question here, and it says Jeans and Things is a medium-sized factory which makes teens clothing. At the end of the accounting year, December 31st, 2009, the following information was available. So they give us a nice long list of items here. Now, instead of going through these things one by one, let's check out the additional information, right? We have 3 items. Machinery to be depreciated 25% per annum. Rent and rates are to be shared equally between factory and office. So we have a split to happen there. And factory insurance is prepaid to March 2010. Monthly premium 1,000. So we'll discuss that when we come to use it in the statement, all right? The first thing they want us to do for 13 marks is to prepare a manufacturing account for the year ended December 31st, 2009, showing clearly the cost of raw materials consumed, the prime cost, and factory overheads. Okay, so start off by heading up your statement properly. Name of the entity, Jeans and Things. Manufacturing account, name of the statement, and the period to which it applies. For the year ended 31st December 2009. The first thing we're going to start off with is the cost of raw materials consumed. So we're going to start with the opening stock of raw materials, which is 33,500. So let's put that in there. And of course, we have to add purchases. So we're going to take a look in our information, and we're going to see purchases of raw materials, 247,330. Now, do we have any carriage inwards? Actually, that's just below the purchases. And of course, the returns outputs is there too. So we know we have to add the carriage inwards because that's like delivery charges. And of course, that will then therefore form part of the cost of the items you've purchased. The returns outputs figure is subtracted because if you send back goods, you no longer have them. So you can't count them as part of your purchases. So then we're going to add the opening stock to the net purchases, and we're going to get the cost of raw materials available for use. Next, we have to subtract the closing stock. So if we scroll down a bit, we're going to find our closing stock right there of raw materials, 13,220. That's going to go right there. And of course, you're subtracting that from your cost of materials available for use to get the cost of raw materials consumed. So that's one of the things they ask for specifically. Now we're up in the prime cost section. So we need to find any other prime or direct cost, So we have factory wages and factory salaries. Now salaries is definitely not direct. Wages is direct. Salaries is like for your supervisors, people who are not directly involved in production. They might be overseeing it, but they're not directly involved in it. Wages are for people who are directly involved in production. So we're going to just add that there. Now, there were no other direct costs. I took a look through, and we can therefore safely add these two figures together to get 401,110, your total prime cost, which is one of the other things that they ask for specifically. Now we can deal with the overhead. So if we go up to the statement, the first item is rent and rates, 12,300. But if we look down in the additional information, note 2 tells us rent and rates are to be shared equally between factory and office. So we are going to go back up, take the 12,300 and divide it by 2 or find a half. That's going to give us 6,150. Now, the next item is machinery at cost. Now, machinery is not an expense, but the depreciation on it is. And in the additional information section, they tell us machinery is to be depreciated at 25% per annum. So we simply have to find 25% of the 500,000, which is the 125,000. So I didn't put a working, but it's 25% of 500,000. The next item down will be the same factory salaries we talked about a bit earlier. Again, factory salaries are paid to supervisors and non-manufacturing workers. They might be in the factory, but they're not actually working on manufacturing or making goods. Okay. Now, selling and distribution, that's non-manufacturing. Okay. Carriage, purchases and carriage in, we talked about that already. Returns out, carriage out is not manufacturing. Hey, factory insurance, 15,000. Okay. Now, there was a note on factory insurance. It said factory insurance is prepaid to March 2010. They also tell us the monthly premium is 1,000. The premium is the insurance expense per month. So if the monthly premium is 1,000, right, that means that since there are 12 months in a year, 12 by 1 is 12,000. So the factory insurance figure is simply going to be 12,000. Now, those are the only 4 overheads. We're going to add them up, get total overheads, and add that to the 401,110 for prime cost to get total production costs incurred. Now we have to adjust for work in process. So the opening work in process I'm seeing here is 7,300, and down below I'm seeing a closing work in process of 6,900. So we're going to put both of those figures in, 7,300 at start, 69 at end, a net adjustment of 400. Now you don't have to do it this way. You could simply put these two figures in this column here. I just prefer to show my thing separately. So of course we're going to add that to the 616,760 to get cost of goods produced or cost of goods manufactured of 617,160. Okay, that's it for part A. Let's take a look at part B. Okay, so part B says to prepare the income statement for the year ended December 31st, 2009. Okay, so as per usual, please header properly. Name of the entity, name of the statement, period to which it applies. Jeans and things, income statement for the year ended 31st December 2009. So of course we need sales, and they provided for us here in this list of balances, 725,650. So we're going to put that first. Now we don't have any returns inwards, so we could go straight to cost of goods sold. So we're going to start with the opening stock of finished goods, which will give us at the top here, 82,770. So we're going to put that in. Now we don't have purchases. We are manufacturing goods. And the point of the manufacturing account is to work out the cost of the goods manufactured. That's going to replace the purchases figure. And we found it was 617,160. When we add it to opening stock of finished goods, we are going to get the cost of goods available for sale. Now we will subtract the closing stock, which is 95,240. So we're going to put that there. That's going to give us a cost of goods sold of 604,690. Subtracting that from the sales figure is going to give us a gross profit of 129,60. Now we had no other revenues, so we can go straight to subtracting expenses. First one up was rent and rates, 12,003. But don't forget, they told us in the additional information that rent and rates to be shared equally between factory and office. So again, we're going to divide 12,003 by 2 to get 6,150. Next up, I'm seeing admin expenses, 25,230. So we're going to put that there as well. Then I am seeing selling and distribution expenses, 43,820. Following that, I am seeing carriage outwards of $1,000. So let's put that in as well. And we're going to add up all four items to get total expenses of 76,002, which is going to be subtracted from our gross profit of 129,60, to give us a net profit or net income of 44,760. And that's it for this question. Okay guys, so there you have it. That's the solution for question 5 from the May 2010 PoA Paper 2. If you have any questions about it, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below, and I'll get back to you when I have a chance. If you want to check out any more videos, I'm going to put some cards up here. Don't forget to subscribe, and be sure to check out my website where you'll find some pretty useful POA handouts. Anyway guys, as per usual, thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time. Bye.